Good morning, this is Doug Scatterday from Robart Manufacturing, demonstrating how to put our custom 148 electric or pneumatic gear in an ESM 85 inch wingspan 50cc Corsair. Their gear, the gear that's available from ESM is modeled after the Robart gear, so the Robart gear does fit fairly well with just minor modifications. Here in this shot you can see that one retract is installed in the wing, and it just takes slight modifications to do so. Now in the tail wheel, the ESM calls for a mechanical tail wheel, which we will provide here. Just a note that it's also possible to put in an electric tail wheel. Now, because the standard ESM gear is slightly wider due to different manufacturing methods, what we have to do to our custom 148s is to add a flange extension. So our 148s, the flange only goes to here, and we've added just an aluminum flange extension, which will come with the conversion kit for this airplane, and it just bolts on, and the holes are pre-drilled to line up with the holes that are already in the airplane. So here's a shot of the gear installed in the airplane, although it is not screwed down yet, and it fits right where it needs to go. Now there are two slight modifications, and right here, to accommodate the torque link, we have just ground a little bit of this area back with a Robart carbide cutter. And then the other, well, I guess there are three modifications. The other thing is to cut. It already has these notches in to accommodate the ESM gear, and we just notched for the socketed cap screws, and we didn't notch all the way through. We just went 2 of the 3 plies down. Now the final modification is to remove, they had just glued in, just tack glued additional plates, and they aren't structural. They were just changing the height of the gear. So these came out very easily, just putting a screwdriver under and just popping them right off. And what that does is it allows the Robart gear to sit down a little further and provide adequate gear door clearance. I've just took the gear up to a cycling device just to show it in action. And the cycle time, I believe, is about 8 seconds. And we're also showing the Robart 8-spoke aluminum wheels. Here's the retraction cycle. Now our electric retracts use the amp out circuitry. So if they were to hang up on a gear door, they would stop, completely turn off so there's no battery drain, and then you can reverse the gear away from the obstruction. So that is the ESM 85-inch 50cc Corsair with the Robart electric gear. Thank you. So here's the ESM Corsair with the Robart 160 tail wheel. And the steering arm lines up with the tubes that have the steering cable run through them. So everything is there for a quick and easy installation. Now in the ESM tail wheel, they provide a servo to go right here for retraction. And we find that since warbirds of this variety are usually relatively sensitive to weight in the tail, that we have done it differently, where there's no accommodation for the servo here in the back. But if you look in the instructions, there one of these servo cutouts is not used. So how we would do it is we would put the servo here and just run a 440 push rod, and that way you're saving weight in the tail.